Yo, 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 what the hell is going on, people? What's the word with y'all, man? Got all my technical difficulties together, all my technical issues got all straightened out, Good day today. I actually ended up buying a new stream deck. I ain't gonna really explain it to you. It's like a piece of equipment that come in handy when you streaming. Costs a little bit, but I actually ended up buying one of those on the way to get my new mic. Feeling good, everything, and then I get hit with the news, man. Then I get hit with that news that Takeoff got killed. I was like, ah, man. At first I thought it was just some BS when I seen it, right? I was thinking, you know how you always hearing rumors about people getting killed, so on and so forth, and you would think when it's somebody that's big enough, it'll be all over, right? You start to see it all over. And right away, that's what start happening. I start seeing it. I start seeing it too much. And I'm like, because at first when somebody posted it in a music group, and especially because they said it happened in a dice game, I'm like, man, people make up anything. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like folks will make up anything about anybody. Sad, man. R.I.P. Takeoff, man. It's real. If you ain't heard yet, you know now. Um, I'm doing my due diligence and just making sure I get everything all in the mix. Oh shit, I think they got a new share option too on here. YouTube kind of stepping it up in a couple little ways. But yeah, so I heard that and I was like, yeah, we gonna look into it a little bit too. Because I actually was looking at something where somebody was snapping, talking about because they were showing the video or whatnot. I guess it's a video of it. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna get flagged or not, so y'all better catch it while it's live. I'm gonna show a look for it, and if I find it, I'm gonna play it. I don't know if they're gonna flag my video or not. What up, K? Day to day, K in the building. Tool gang on deck. Adjust your attitude right now, nigga. Adjust your attitude. Nah, but K in the building. So I'm gonna show go looking for the video, and I don't know. I'm gonna play it if I find it. So I don't know if they'll flag it or not, but either way, that's what we gonna do. We gonna look at it. Then on top of that, we got a couple other things. I don't know if y'all knew Obama was in Milwaukee, and not only was Obama in Milwaukee, right? But Obama ass was so fucking funny. I do listen. I don't know, cause he black, none of that, just supporting him blindly or whatever type shit. But dude is a genuinely funny, cool ass dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all when he was in Milwaukee. He was up there clowning, bro. He was up there. Obviously they campaign and it's political, but when he was up there and he was talking to the crowd and he was really flowing and glowing and shit, it ain't feel like a political event. It was Obama. He good people, man. We need more people like that. I had people always telling me like you should go into politics, but my mama told me stay out of politics. Hey mom, if you watching, I ain't gonna do it, mama. I ain't gonna do it. I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die. Nah, I don't know, man. We'll see what happened, but I ain't big on using the system to make change. I'm big on showing people how they could do it themselves. And a bunch of us making moves in one direction is a movement. So you ain't gotta like brand it like movement.com. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing all that shit. So yeah, then the last thing, man, speaking of roasting and funny, I gotta show y'all this. Matter of fact, hold on, before I say anything else, man, get them likes up, man. If you in here, came in, you know what I'm saying? You run the doorbell, then what you gonna run? You know what I'm saying? What you playing ding dong ditch on the channel and shit, you know what I'm saying? Hit them likes, man. But nah, the last thing we gonna do is I'm gonna show y'all Herschel Walker. You know, we down there in the South, Georgia. That's the Bible Belt, deep Bible Belt, and he down there doing some foul shit, and he running against a pastor. So it ended up getting heated, and one of his pastor buddies ended up rebuking this nigga righteously, bro. He was like, all his life. No, I can't even do it right. I can't even do the impression right. So I'm gonna let y'all see it. But yeah, man, we gonna get around to it. First and foremost, though, y'all know how we do, man. We started out with a little bit of music. And I think today, on this particular day, I think, again, I don't know if I'm gonna get flagged, right? But I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play a song that I like from Takeoff. One of my favorite songs with Takeoff on there. All right, I'm gonna play it, and that's how we gonna start it out today, man. It's tripped out. It's just crazy, man. Ugh. Let me see. Takeoff. I keep forgetting. Look, I've been talking about Takeoff so much today. I forgot what's the other one's names. It's Quavo. I was finna say, I don't know what the fuck I was finna say. I think I was finna accuse Jacquees of being in the group. But nah, we gonna go. It's this one right here. Hold on. Takeoff and Quavo. And I wanna say, was it Future on there with him? Let me see. I think it is this one though. I think it is Hotel Lobby. Is it Nothing Changed or Hotel Lobby? It's one of these joints, man. Hey, look, designer over here crying. It look like this nigga going through a thing. Look, I got with my stream deck now. I can zoom in on shit. Man, wait till I get my shit set up. My whole everything finna be booming. It's finna be lit. But nah, it's crazy though. All right. Let's get it. Quavo and Takeoff. Let's get it featuring Future. I think this it right here. So yeah, we gonna get this thing started up, man. Started out with this let's get it. So yeah, here we is. MACWORLD, let's go. R.I.P. Takeoff.
This women, G6, let's get it. Rich niggas coming down to the city. On God, yo, bitch outside getting litty. Showing me the titties, acting like a menace. Standing on the couch, standing on business. Drinks in your mouth, swallow, don't spit it. Party all the time, feeling like Diddy. Standing a little rich, feeling like Billy. God did, I'm a witness. I just sent 50 bottles to bitches. Know the gang getting a flip by the business. Still in the meeting, be back in a minute. The fuck talking chicken. We the best, we too blessed, we keep winning. We the best. The party won't stop, it won't finish. Let's get it.
Let's get it. We did it. Committed. We all in it. In the city. We get litty. Get out your feelings and go get some wins.
God did. I'm a witness. I just sent 50 bottles to bitches. Know the gang getting a flip by the business. Still in the meeting, be back in a minute.
Till I activate, throw it back, it got an aftertaste. Patty cake, call me 6 figures for patty face. Went to school and hard knocking, I graduated. I can't fuck with that bitch, she be aggravated. If I can't get that bag, I'm agitated. She popping that ass, but she graduated. On shoes at the party, it's animated. They keep telling me it's my time to turn it hot grind. Like fuck it, I gotta take it. Angels watch over me, looking at demons and shit. Can't run, you gotta face it. When they give up on you, they don't even fuck with you. Take it back to the basics. I'm a Dundada, lace on my Pradas, hop in my collar. 3-6 Mafia, we did it.
She found a flight, nigga, can't even see me on way out of here. I'm too far in the sky. Heard me as ash for the dawn, my ash. Bitch so pretty, little better than Cassie. Puffin' on Zooters and she calling me daddy. Walking on shit, turn it up and I gas. Came out the gutter, they never me the swagger. Security bag, got a bitch, I'ma bag it. Turning it up, gotta make sure she good. Parker 2 mil in the middle of my hood. Drinking the mud I made out of the sewer. Chrome heart accessories, do that, I'm good. A lot of these niggas, they looking the same. They calling my lingo, they biting my chain. Championship, I just gon' empty shit. Bitch, breaking neck to the looking key. Painting where I'm at, the city I'm in. I keep me no fully, no matter where I'm in. I have touch her ass, she gon' think she Korean. You fucking me good, bitch, you helping me win. Niggas can't see me, ain't no gon' tish. Too many breaks, they know I'm not the red. I'm never sober, I'm thinking my queen. I'm to eat, I can feel when the kid.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. We did it. Committed. We all in it. In the city. We get litty. Get out your feelings and go get some business.
God did. I'm a witness. I just sent 50 bottles to bitches. Know the gang getting flipped by the pennies. Still in the meeting, be back in a minute. Let's get it.
Turning it up, gotta make sure she good. Drinking the mud I made out of the soil. Grow her the sense, we do them real good.
MACWORLD 11-1, starting a new month. Hey Nikki, what's up? Get it? Yeah, man. So for the most part, that's what happened though. No, man, we done lost another one. Man. We done lost Takeoff. I mean, I didn't think it was real at first because they said it happened in a dice game, and I'm thinking like, man, this nigga not playing no dice. Like, I'm like, I just make up some shit about people. Why the fuck would he be playing get killed in a dice game? That's some shit that, you know, broke niggas do. Or not even, I ain't even gonna say broke, but niggas who not superstars, not nobody that won no Grammy ain't dying in no dice game, bro. Not a motherfucker who won a Grammy, you know. He don't feel like he was left off of Bad and Bougie. You know what I'm saying? But for real shit though, it's fucked up, man. Like, just like that. Only 28 years old. Let me see. Takeoff. Let me see. Shot. Video. Let me see if I can find a video of it. Man dies after Takeoff shot. Leaked video footage. Damn. That's fucked up. I don't even know if I should show this shit. If this is really it, I don't know if I should show y'all this shit, man. Damn. Alright, fuck it. This shit might not be up here this long. But I'm gonna show y'all this shit. I don't know if it's real or not, man. But viewer discretion definitely advised.
All that shit, don't ask me what that is.
Maddie, come inside, Maddie.
Bring over. Come on, we gotta go.
That's crazy, man. You can hear Quavo yelling and shit. Man, I don't even know what to say, man. Too much, man. It's happening too much. What's worth your life? Ain't nothing worth your life. You think about going to the casino. First of all, I was talking about this earlier, and I wanted to specifically kind of, you know, elaborate on this because it's something that I learned a long time ago. Let me throw a couple of pictures up there while I'm talking. Okay, my bad. My bad about that. I want to say, let me throw these pictures up here while I talk to y'all. Good looking on that too. That's what the moderators is for. And I was just talking about you too, my nigga. I said, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something that I done heard expressed to me a long time ago. And that was this saying that say dice games kill more niggas than cancer. And then I said dice games have killed more niggas than cancer. And then 2 came in and I said this nigga 2 done heard every parable from the bottom in the book. You know what I'm saying? Every hard life motherfucking saying and shit, you know what I'm saying, from the gutter in existence. So I know this nigga done heard that shit before, that dice games kill more niggas than cancer, right? And so I think about that, and I remember hearing that shit when I was young, and I never really been no gambler like that. I ain't had no intentions of dying in no motherfucking dice games anyway, the way I seen it when I was young, and cancer ain't sound too good, right? But as I got older, you get older, you know, more motherfuckers that, you know, play them games. We get out here, we get to hustling, you know, making money in the streets, a lot of cash money, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit like that. Cash, like, listen, don't nothing good happen with no whole bunch of cash on you. Nothing good don't happen with no whole bunch of cash on you. You can use it or lose it. That's all you can do. Because if you trying to buy something of value, shit, you could swipe a card for that. You know, if you trying to invest in something, they don't even want cash. You can't even get no major investment worth nothing with cash. Cash is to use it or lose it, man. Like, but you get older, we get this money, we get out in these streets, we get to playing with this money and shit, right? Get to hustling and shit, you know, I've been there and all that shit, right? So then come these money games we get to playing, you know, you get bored. Yup, hey look, 2 Guns said he ain't never seen a dice game. He ain't never seen a dice game end with a handshake and 2 niggas just walk away and be like, what, good gaming, sport, and just walked away and shit. Hell no. Listen, I done seen some of the, it's maybe about 2 trees down here on Buffer I know came from dice games. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, but I wouldn't stick around to the end of a dice game. It's like, a dice game is like an after set. You don't want to be the last nigga out that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you out that bitch before the inside elements just turn into the outside elements or are turned outside. You know what I'm saying? Dice game shit, I don't want to be around when that motherfucker wrap up. No way. I don't know. I don't even, you know what? That's a good point too. I don't even know how a dice game end. How do a good dice game end on the street without security cameras, all that shit, a dealer? You know, because I think about it like this, right? This is what I know for sure about gambles. Every nigga there ain't got no money in their goddamn pocket, right? That's the first thing. Second off, the house always win in any gambling situation. When you on the street, the house is just the nigga with the most money on him because he could afford to lose the most. He could afford for the odds to shift away from his favor more often than not. And he can win all his money back on big bets, where if you coming in betting against him, you gotta bet in small increments, right? It's crazy. So imagine this, we on the street, ain't no security, ain't no house. And another thing I pointed out too, when I was talking to somebody about this shit earlier, niggas don't be bringing their money out like that, except when they gamble. We could all be out hustling. Nigga could have a nice car. I got a nice car. My guy got a nice car. You know, we all just riding, whatever. But don't nobody really know how much money nobody got like that, like the actual money they got, till niggas start gambling. Then niggas do what? They bring that money out, right? Then you know how much money motherfuckers got on them and shit. Like, that's what ended up happening. and you think a motherfucker gonna see all that money you got, and especially everybody at the gamble ain't gambling. Half them niggas watching, right? So think about it like this. Hold on, let me see what Two Guns said. He said it ain't with a motherfucker broke as hell and you gotta give him a few dollars back so that he don't kill you. Hey, I'm laughing, bro. I'm laughing, but if I could muster a motherfucking tear to come down my eye, I laugh and cry about that shit. You know how they say the same things that make you laugh is the same things that make you cry? Like, yeah, man, I know for sure this nigga not lying. He say a gamble and with a broke motherfucker getting a couple dollars back so he don't kill your ass. Hey, he say if you try to bet large to get back after getting stung when betting low, that will piss niggas off in the crap game. Oh yeah. No, that definitely do the damn thing too and shit, cause then you just bullying niggas. You know what I'm saying? Look, I explained it to this girl like this, right? Motherfucker bring $5 to the gamble, and another nigga bring 500 to the gamble, right? No, let me change that. Hold on. A motherfucker bring $5 and a pistol to the gamble, and another motherfucker bring $500 to the gamble and 2 hoes with him and shit to cheer him on, right? Okay, so this nigga sitting up, you know, Nikki, you crazy. So this motherfucker sitting up, he got $5. He can win $500. So that's the allure of him. But soon as he lose, he can afford to lose less times though at the same time, right? So if the nigga got 500, let's just say he like, okay, he getting licked by the $5 dude with the pistol and shit. You know what I'm saying? They shooting fives. He like, okay, bet the 5. Bam, he lick him. He got 10 now. All right, bam, lick him again. He got 15. Lick him again. He got 20. So the nigga on the low end feeling good, right? And he like, man, bet the dub, dog. I'm up. We up now. Bet the dub. You know what I'm saying? So he want to bet the dub. Let's say he hit it. Bam. So now he got 40 right out the gate. Bam, hit him again, 60, 80, 100. Now he got 100. You know what I'm saying? He done took 100 off the 5 and shit, right? He don't want to be here all day. His luck good. He don't know when his luck gonna run out, right? So what you think he finna do? He like, man, we finna bet 50s. We finna bet 100s. You know what I'm saying? Now, bet the 50. Boom, he shoot it. Glop, lose right away. You know what I'm saying? He got that other 50 and shit. He like, man, fuck it. You got to take a risk. No risk, no reward. Bet that other 50. Whoop, lose right away. Now you just lost everything. The nigga with the money ain't had to do nothing to take your $5 from you, but sit up and let you sweat, cramp your hand up, roll like you doing all the work out here. The house don't do no work. They wait for your quote unquote luck to run out. Cause it's gonna run out. You only gonna play until your luck run out. You know what I'm saying? If you figure a nigga, it's your greed. Hey, shout out to Two Guns again. He said, don't no staying on the street work unless you had the malice already in your heart. You know what I'm saying? So listen, motherfucker come up there and he like, okay, I'm finna lit. I'm finna hit for this. I'm finna hit for that. The reason why you playing and you so fervent about that shit is because the allure of you coming with that $5 and taking this man's $500. You not coming in the spirit of good sportsmanship like, oh, we both got $500, man. We gonna bet, we gonna play, may the best man win. Nah, it's one or more niggas is salty. You know what I'm saying? Larceny in the motherfucking heart, right? So one or more of them niggas is salty, right? So I told her this the paradigm at a hood dice game. You got the 2 niggas shooting. We gonna call them the shooters. You know what I'm saying? That got the money that's really putting all the action on the ground. You got the 2 niggas betting on the sides. You know what I'm saying? That's really, they want to shoot, or either they might rotate into the dice and shit. So they really got a lot of side action going and shit. Then you got niggas that's just around to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what's going on. Half the niggas there got pistols. But let's just say out of 10 niggas there, about 8 of them got pistols. 4 of them is the ones really moving money around, and the other 6 just there pocket watching. You know what I'm saying? If they get their courage and they get their nuts up to, you know, spend their girl gas money, throw it down on the thing and shit, they might do it. But otherwise, they just there for the pocket watching, right? And that's how it is. Everybody at the gamble ain't there to gamble. These ain't no professional gamesmen and shit. Show up with a what's that, a Epcot scarf, whatever it's called, and shit in the robe. Like, my chips are over there. Like, nah, these ain't no professional gamesmen. These niggas be having shit in the corner of their mouth. You know what I'm saying? They be praying a little bit when they roll the dice, because, you know what I'm saying, they can't afford to lose that money and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, man, don't go out here and get no hood dice games, man. R.I.P. to Takeoff. You know, and that's for everybody. He rich, famous, won a Grammy. And to see a motherfucker like, I told my I was finna say my girl and shit. I told somebody I was talking to that the feeling of that shit with Takeoff getting killed is like this. It's like a motherfucker, for the average person, like the average black man like me, you know what I'm saying, my guys and shit like that, the feeling is like this. The feeling is like seeing somebody win the lottery and then just throw their ticket away and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the feeling of it, because, man, you got money, you in your prime, you done won awards and all that, like, you done major shit. You have, like, really, you could argue that the Migos are legends already, that they already a legendary rap group. They definitely going down in the Hall of Fame. And that's what's so crazy, man. You see how the Migos just broke up, and they be like, man, make up with your people, man, because you don't know what's gonna happen to them. Then look, why they might not even been talking, like Offset and Takeoff, look what ended up happening. You know what I mean? Like, shit real out here, man. That shit is rough. That's gone. And that might sit with dude too. You know what I'm saying? Knowing he ain't really get to rock with him and really say shit to him like that in his last days. You know what I mean? So, man, this shit get rough out here, man. Like, you know, I done recently kind of tried to mend some bridges with some of my people I wasn't really rocking with like that before, like real heavy and shit too. And kind of like, I feel like for these reasons, man, ain't nothing bigger than, you know, ain't nothing bigger than the fact that everybody here, everybody alive and shit. If we here and we able to talk, we can make it through some shit. We could talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever we gotta do. So I've been on that shit lately, man. Like, I've been on that shit. It's getting to the point now, and I was thinking this before, it's to the point now where everybody wanna be a scammer, everybody wanna be a demon, everybody wanna be some off the wall ass shit. Where the fuck did people get so lost at? Where did the bullshit get so cool at? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like when we was growing up, motherfuckers might admire the motherfucker talking about he was a gangster, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. But it was more like our version of a gangster is what a white person would call a badass. Like, he's a badass, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like niggas really going around just airing out like funerals and shit. It wasn't no shit like that. It was some rules to this shit, man. Without no rules in the game, how can you even call yourself a winner? You know? A game with no rules, can't nobody fucking win that shit. So, man, R.I.P. Takeoff, man. And check on your peoples and all that and everything else, man, for real. I hate that shit even happened, and it's just a loss for the people, right? Just a loss for the people to see somebody so young. But now I'm gonna cheer y'all up a little bit, right? And shout out to everybody watching, man. If you watching, hit that like button. If you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe. You know, we in here working. And I like doing this. I don't do this. I do this. I couldn't even do this without y'all, man. Every little view count shit add up in the algorithm. So, man, I appreciate y'all. And definitely hit that like button. It's like, you know, you come in the door and you hang your hat up, you take your shoes off, whatever. That's the like button right there, you know. When you come in, you just go ahead and hit that joint. But Yeah, like I said, man, I'm cheer y'all up a little bit now. Cause I don't know if y'all knew, but Obama was in Milwaukee and shit, right? And he was campaigning, you know. He stepped out to do his thing for Mandela Barnes. And it was tripped out. It just reminded me about how funny dog is. Like, dude is genuinely a tripped out guy. Like, dog is hilarious, man. So I'm gonna go through a couple of these scenes with dude, right, and let y'all see it. Shout out to Elgato for the stream deck, man. I'm loving my stream deck. I ain't gonna lie. You know? Let's go.
Candidates
Ooh.
and people like Barack Obama talk about issues
Shout out
that
to
actually
Barack
matter
Obama
to people,
and
making
Mandela Barnes. Get out there and get your
accessible
early
and
voting in,
affordable,
Mandela Barnes,
making
baby.
healthcare more accessible and affordable, fighting for people's social security, fighting for workers, fighting for better wages, fighting for better working conditions, fighting for issues that matter. You know why? Because they worked for it. They worked for it.
Check this out.
And people like Ron Johnson want to take it away and give tax cuts for billionaires' private jets.
Check this shit out.
Some of you here are on Social Security.
Hey, Ed, hold up. Time out before I say anything. Dog just be having this look on his face like he want to laugh at some shit, right? So that's another thing. You could tell, dude, like he older, but you could tell he one of them people that don't take life too seriously. So, like, he be having this look like he be wanting to laugh about shit. You know what I'm saying? He be having this look like he knows some shit. But, man, shout out to Barack, man. It's good to see a black man that made it through the storm, and he's still out here with a smile on his face, man. You know what I'm saying? And one more time, R.I.P. Takeoff. K said, no rules, no winner. I felt that. Yeah, make that a shirt. No rules, no winner. For real.
Parents are on Social Security. Some of your grandparents are on Social Security. You know why they have Social Security? Because they worked for it. They worked hard jobs for it. They have chapped hands for it. They had long hours and sore backs and bad knees to get that Social Security. And if Ron Johnson does not understand that, if he understands giving tax breaks for private planes more than he understands making sure that seniors who've worked all their lives are able to retire with dignity and respect, he's not the person who's thinking about you and knows you and sees you, and he should not be your senator from Wisconsin.
Obama mad.
I mean, the message he's sending is pretty clear. If you're related to him, if you donate to his campaign, you get a deal. If you're not, you're out of luck and you're on your own.
And Obama pointed out that Ron Johnson, if there was an Olympics of spreading conspiracy theories, would get the gold medal, because all Ron Johnson does is spread these hateful and disturbing conspiracy theories, and he's not fit to
For
represent.
real, Ron Johnson be he off the wall. He a cuckoo.
Mandela's opponent has done more than just about anybody in Congress to spread conspiracy theories about the 2020 election. I mean, he has a gold medal in that event. He said the attacks on law enforcement at the Capitol on January 6th were, by and large, quote, peaceful protests. He did say that the rioters, quote, taught us all how you can use flagpoles as weapons. Now, if that's the lesson you take away from a violent insurrection storming the Capitol, I don't know what to tell you, but I do know you probably shouldn't be serving as Wisconsin's representative to the U.S. Senate. Because that's not how our democracy is supposed to work. I mean, if that can't.
Right, like, did y'all ever think about that shit? You got people that was talking about they don't even support a peaceful transition of power, trying to get back in power and shit. Why would you do that? That's like saying, man, I'm with a teacher saying, yeah, I want to beat kids. I want to beat kids more than I want to teach kids. You know what I'm saying? And then you sending your kids to that teacher's class. You know what I'm saying? And wonder why they got lumps on the top of their damn head and they stupid. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker said he don't trust the government, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run for the government. That's like saying, man, I want to be where I can't be trusted at, right? Right or wrong. So these motherfuckers cuckoo. Let's go.
If that doesn't elicit uniform outrage, what will? What does it take?
And Obama talked about the way democracy works. He explained that in 2016, when he found out who his successor was going to be after the election, he stayed up until 3 a.m. to wish his successor congratulations, even though he didn't want to. That's just the way
He
democracy
wasn't salty
works. Play
about
the
that
clip.
shit. He was like, hey.
Like in 2016 when my successor won, and I'm in the White, I wasn't feeling good, but I stayed up till 3 in the morning until it was finally decided, and then I had to call him and say congratulations, because that's how democracy is supposed to work.
But Obama explained that these days, it seems like the only thing that these MAGA Republicans, that the GOP cares about, is two things. It's owning the libs and can you get Trump's approval? Play this clip.
But I have to speak the truth, which is these days, just about every Republican politician seems obsessed with just two things. Own the libs. Yeah, let's own the libs. And getting Donald Trump's approval.
Yeah, let's own the libs.
That's their agenda. No, don't boo. Vote. Nobody can hear you boo outside this auditorium, but they'll hear your vote.
That was one of them Obama mic drop moments where he stepped back and do that thing with his lip, where he fold his lip up and just look off into space like, man, I just killed him with that shit I just said right there. Ah, shit funny. Let's go.
But this current crop of Republican politicians, they're not interested in solving problems. They're interested in making you angry and then finding somebody to blame. And they're hoping that that'll distract you from the fact that they don't have any answers of their own.
I gotta rewind and say that one more time, Barack Obama. What's their agenda now? Gotta go back one more time.
But this current crop of Republican politicians, they're not interested in solving problems. They're interested in making you angry and then finding somebody to blame. And they're hoping that that'll distract you from the fact that they don't have any answers of their own. That's their obsession. That's their formula. That's their answer to everything. Now, I can tell you what Tony Evers is obsessed with. He's obsessed with growing Wisconsin's economy, making sure every child gets a good education in this state.
Here's a moment that
Hey, low key on some politician shit. That was a cold ass segue. Like he went in, he was talking that shit, and then he just shot Tony Evers in there and shit. Like right when I'm shining, let me alley-oop the ball to the governor over here. You know what I'm saying? That was dope, man. Shout out to Obama. Let me see. K say that's like saying I know I have a left and right foot, but I want to only wear left shoes. Right? Come on, man.
I loved.
Hold on, matter of fact, I can't even say it. Let's have Sin say it.
Where Obama said, someone like Mandela Barnes, you're a Democrat, you got a funny name, he said, So that's why you're getting all these outside attack ads of who's Mandela Barnes. And he says to Mandela Barnes, he said, get your birth certificate ready. Then Obama points out something that was so funny. Obama goes, remember when the birth certificate thing not that long ago was the craziest thing out?
Say something here. I know that there's some folks, probably maybe not in this auditorium, but elsewhere in Wisconsin, who think, and I know these ads are running this way, that just because Mandela's named Mandela, just because he's a Democrat with a funny name, he must not be like you. He must not share your values. I mean, we've seen this. It sounds pretty familiar, doesn't it? So Mandela, get ready to dig up that birth certificate. Get ready.
On my life, they gonna want to see it. Mandela Barnes birth certificate. On what? This Wisconsin.
Remember when that's the good old days. Remember when that was the craziest thing that people said? Think about that. Like that wasn't that long ago. Everybody's all like, wow, that's some crazy stuff. Now it doesn't even make the top 10 list of crazy.
And then Obama points out, he goes, Ron Johnson's kids don't have one. They have and tax right.
Now remember, the question is, who's going to
He
fight
keep
for
telling
you?
Obama
Remember
jokes. That's why I keep fast
who's on
forwarding.
your side? Who's cares about you? Who's thinking about you? Ron Johnson, as a senator, helped give millions of dollars in tax deductions to some of the biggest donors who funded his campaign. And after he voted for a tax plan that allows people to write off the cost of private planes, I've been trying to get this thing closed since I was president. If you can afford a private plane, then you don't need a tax break. But no, he fought for this. And then his adult children bought not one, not two, but 3 private planes, because apparently carpooling was not an option. Now, I mean, you need 3? Meanwhile, Senator Johnson voted to raise the retirement age to 70, supported a plan that would put Social Security and Medicare on the chopping block every single year. Each year you'd have to vote to renew this thing. I mean, think about it, because Washington works so well. You want your Social Security and Medicare reliant on Congress every year. He's called Social Security a Ponzi scheme. Said that it's candy.
Hey, real shit. Let me say this. I'm gonna say this real fast, right? I don't give a fuck what these motherfuckers talking about right now, man. I've been getting Social Security took out my check for years. By the time I get old and stinking and shit, that shit better be there. Hey, y'all better do what the fuck y'all gotta do to keep that shit there. If nothing else don't alarm your ass, look, a motherfucker trying to take the money away that you seeing getting took out your check right now should tell you not to vote for him. You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong. They want to take Social Security. We paying that shit right now. I don't know about y'all. I know some of y'all niggas call yourself Republicans and shit, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be fake interesting and all that. So, I don't know. Y'all probably want to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all probably waiting to be a butler or something when y'all get old. Niggas got dreams of being Jeffrey and shit, but my black ass, I want my Social Security. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I want my Social Security, all right? I want my TV dinner that come with it. I want my bus pass, my free bus pass or my discount. I want all that shit, all right? So, yeah, let's go.
That the left is giving away. The point is, some of you here are on Social Security. Some of your parents are on Social Security. Some of your grandparents are on Social Security. You know why they have Social Security? Because they worked for it.
And then Obama referenced the speech that he had given recently in Georgia where he says, if an asteroid was coming down, no matter what the situation is, if you're a Republican, the only thing you say is, we need tax cuts for billionaires. That's it. Our policy. We have one policy. Tax cuts for billionaires. That's it. No matter what. Here, play this clip.
Is low. What do you want to do? Cut taxes. When unemployment's high, what do you want? Let's cut taxes on the wealthy. That's going to solve that. I was joking down in Georgia. If there
Hey, I'm going to say this on the side note. I went to jail back in 2000. It was before I bought my house. So it was like 2006, right? And I remember going to jail. Now, this was when George Bush got in office or something around then. Or no, he was in office. And Barack Obama was just finna get in office around 2007. So I remember we talking with the little CEO and shit like that, and we talking politics and whatnot. And that was the first time I heard that shit. They call it trickle down economics. Like, I guess you're supposed to give the people at the top the most benefits, and then somehow it trickles down to everybody underneath them. First of all, you got to look at that shit like you comfortable being like you are comfortable with the economic scraps of somebody else getting first pick in better treatment, and then whatever they benefit from that, they'll give to you. But you know that got little hints and little sprinkles of servitude and shit in it, and you know, colonialism and shit or whatnot, if that's what you want to call it. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. So that's fucked up right there anyway. But that was the first time I heard that when I went to jail. They call it trickle down economics. So when you talk about this tax cuts for the rich, like that's the only solution. This nigga not lying. Barack ain't lying. I've been hearing that shit for years. Like years. So he up here saying some real shit, whether you know about it or not, man. Shout out to Barack. Let's go.
there was an asteroid headed towards Earth, it's going to land in like 2 weeks. If you went in the Republican caucus and you said, what do you want to do? Well, we need a tax break for the wealthy. That's going to help. I'm only barely exaggerating. That's their only economic policy. The only one. And it's been their only one for the last 20 years. I mean, it'd be nice.
Facts.
If every problem you had, you just had one answer. You know, those of you who are young, you're still in school, you know, you go to the math exam. It's like every answer is just number 8. Just write 8. You'd get an A. But that's not how the world works.
And Obama also addressed the very important governor's race in Wisconsin. And insane thing ever is supporting public schools, is supporting public education. Here, play that clip.
You heard him mention that his opponent wants to make it easier for people to sue public school districts. His opponent called proposals to increase education funding the definition of insanity. Really? I mean, have you been...
On the side note, let me say this real fast. I knew they was going to do this shit already, just because when I was young, like I said, we had real textbooks. And then I noticed by the time my daughter got in school, they didn't even have textbooks no more. They took the music programs. We had to take an instrument. They took the instruments out. They took we used to have after school recreational programs and all that. They took everything out. And that tied back to what I was talking about, what they call drain pool politics, where I talked about last week on my podcast. That's another example of drain pool politics, what they would do with the schools. They take all the funding out. They fill the grass, what would be a grass, playground with concrete. Like, they do all that shit. Like, little shit, you think it ain't nothing. But it's under the guise of, we can't afford it. Why should we have to pay for this? Everybody for themselves. Like, people want to get everything, you know what I'm saying, hold you back, get in the position of power, hold you back, do that shit for years. Then right when you start to call in them on it, it's like, oh, well, instead of us being fair now, how about we just do everybody for themselves? It's like, nah, because I want back what you owe me. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers, if we ain't gonna get back what the fuck we owe, you know what I'm saying? At least we gonna get some relief around this hoe. So all this shit where they talking about closing the schools and all that, man, I seen this coming a long time ago. Now they just saying the quiet part out loud. They was slowly taking shit out the schools, but now they just flat out saying, let's close them down and shit. So this shit real out here, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to acknowledge the world turning for that motherfucker to still turn on your ass. Let's go.
Been on the internet, people are out there saying that we're ruled by giant lizards and that Elvis is alive. You can't think of anything crazier than investing more in our schools and our children? Let me tell you, if that's crazy, then Tony is a good crazy. Because he's a lifelong educator. And as governor, he's worked with leaders from both parties to invest more in public education than Wisconsin has in almost 2 decades.
Man, Barack out
Then
here
Obama
bugging they
pointed
ass
out
on the real.
that the race between Tony Evers and Tim Michaels, you have Tim Michaels, the Republican candidate in 2022, if they're trying to overturn the election of the last.
He even said he's open to signing a bill. He basically just wants Tony's opponent said if he's elected governor, he'll dissolve the Bipartisan Elections Commission. He basically just wants, I guess, to be able to decide on his own how elections turned out or not. He even said he's open to signing a bill to overturn the results of the last election. And to say the obvious, if somebody's openly obsessed with changing the last election, he probably should not be in charge of overseeing this one coming up. You've got a Republican,
And there you have it.
Barack Obama out there coming with the common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. He out there coming with the common sense for these boys, man. He like, I'm not even finna get out here and say shit fancy. He like, y'all so ridiculous. I could just say the real shit and it's gonna come off funny. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth is the funniest shit for real. So, that shit tripped me out right there. And you know, he kind of got on him a little bit, right? Talking about the governor race and all that. And the governor race, that's, you know, Tony Evers and Tim Michaels or whatever. The senator race, that's Mandela Barnes and Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson is a bitch. He look like a zombie too. They need to get his ass up out of there. But I gotta end it with this, y'all. I gotta end it with this because it's the funniest shit you might see. Look, I thought about this, right? I said, I might wear a suit for this segment, right? Because this nigga finna take y'all to church right here, I promise. Let me see. Let me find it for y'all. Destiny, streams, OBS. Because I sure was looking at the, yeah, here you go. Herschel Walker gets shredded. Hey. Y'all gotta see this, man.
Jamal H. Bryant just absolutely shredding Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker for essentially being a prop for white men and the Republican Party. And to make his point, Pastor Bryant explains exactly how the GOP is doing this. So let's take a look at that portion of his sermon.
When the Republican Party of Georgia moved Herschel Walker from Texas to Georgia, so that he could run for Senate, it's because change was taking too fast in the post-antebellum South. The state had been flipped blue, and there are some principalities that were not prepared for a black man and a Jewish man to go to Senate at the exact same time. So they figured that they would delude us by picking somebody who they thought would in fact represent us better with a football than with a degree in philosophy. They thought we were so slow, that we were so stupid.
Look at them. Do y'all see them proud black people? Look. I don't know if I got no white audience members out there watching this shit, but if y'all ever want to see, if you know how a lot of times y'all only allow the black people around y'all that say the shit y'all want to hear, right? These is the black people that y'all be thinking exist, but y'all don't be knowing about. You know what I'm saying? Here they go, right here. These them ones that you wonder how you know, right now we got all these gangs and shit, but they went even harder on like Martin Luther King and all them with the hoses and the dogs and all that. That's because, man, these motherfuckers, these some of them scary proud black people and shit, right? Listen, these are they know the ancestors. They might leave from here, go have dinner at Country Buffet with the ancestors for real. Let's go.
Stupid that we would elect the lowest caricature so slow that we all then with a degree in philosophy. They thought we were so slow, that we were so stupid, that we would elect the lowest caricature of a stereotypical broken black man as opposed to somebody who is educated and erudite and focused.
Man, his whole speech was incredible. We have another portion.
He said, y'all ain't want us to get nobody that was educated and focused. Y'all just picked any old black dude. He went in on their ass.
For the first time, to be honest, when I watched that earlier today. But you know, it's funny, man, because I'm somebody who accuses the Democrats of this racial ventriloquist type of politics, right? Where it's like, yo, we'll get some black person and we'll let the black people shoehorn some of the most least progressive stuff out there and we'll use them as human meat shields because it's like, oh, they're black. You know, it's fine. I think, you know, kind of the worst representative of that, to be honest, was Obama. But a lot of these people are credible, though. They come from black institutions, HBCUs, black fraternities and sororities. They're of the people. They're of those communities. They're of these people and their norms and stuff like that. Herschel Walker ain't none of that. Like, he is none of that. He killed at the University of Georgia. He's legitimately one of the greatest, most decorated players in the history of that program. So yes, in the 80s, he delivered some amazing memories for the citizens of Georgia, 100%. So I can understand why there's a positive connotation to him and his name. But like,
We need somebody who gonna run.
The pastor also weighed in on what's expected of a Georgia Senate candidate. So let's watch that.
We need somebody who gonna run and tell the truth about January 6th. We need somebody who gonna run and push for the cancellation of student loan debts. We need somebody who gonna run and make the former president respond to a subpoena. We don't need a Walker. We need somebody who will be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding, knowing that your labor is not in vain. Georgia, I need you to know the slave Negroes y'all are used to don't live here no more. We can think for ourselves, function for ourselves, and vote for ourselves. Why? Because we don't need a Walker.
That's I gotta do the kill shots. Oh my God. When you hear that preacher and he get to taking that voice like that, get to taking that breath in between everything he say, whatever the hell he say, black people gonna believe it. But he was saying some real shit and he was doing the voice. We don't need a walker. We need a runner. That shit was cold, man. He was on his ass. But yeah, come on. On his ass.
Damn, that was my favorite part. That was my favorite part of what he had to say, especially the line, "Your labor is not in vain," and not to get too negative, but look, this is in Georgia, and I can't help but think of all the people who engaged in that grassroots effort during the Senate runoff elections to get 2 Democratic senators elected in that state, one of whom was Raphael Warnock. And the idea
for the most part, yeah, that's the rebuking of what's his name by the pastor. He got with him though. He was saying some real shit, and he was just basically putting it out there. I didn't think nobody was gonna just put it out there like that. Like, man, dude is clearly a puppet. He not educated, and they think that just because he black, they gonna have him get up there and talk some little black stuff. And folks are just gonna follow dude, but he was on his ass though. He was like, man, it was one part. I don't know if I even found it. Let me see. I want to get this one. I want to see if I can get this one. Oh yeah, well nah, it might have been on another one, but yeah, I just wanted y'all to see that though, man, because definitely it's gonna be hard to come back from that, because Georgia, that's the hard Bible Belt. So when you got the church against you, you got those southern evangelical pastors up against you, and they talking like, bro, you are a historical, you are a throwback. Yo, coonery is a throwback to a darker time in history, my nigga. You ain't winning at all. That right there, that Senate speech right there, that church speech right there, mark my words, y'all. You know, I say I ain't psychic because I always be right. But mark my words, they gonna say that right there was what killed his campaign. Because one thing that white people be suckers for, especially when they just got a motherfucker on the hook that they feel like they gon', elevate to a position of power, is how well they speak and how influential they is. That fire, that brimstone that they see from that preacher, that's what they want. They don't want to be up against that shit. That's exactly what they don't want to be up against. You know what I'm saying? So Hershel Walker, man, he's not gonna be able to pull the load they putting on his back, and it's gonna be painfully obvious in about the next week or two as these November elections start to unfold. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. If you ain't hit the like button, hit the like. If you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Man, thank y'all for checking out the show again today, the first day of November. Again, RIP Takeoff, man. Condolences to the family, condolences to the Migos and the whole QC record label. And everybody be safe out there, man. Don't put yourself in no positions that you don't need to be in. Ain't nothing worth your life. Ain't no dollar amount, nothing. You know what I'm saying? In the casino, you know you going to the casino to lose. You know it's set up so the house always win. But one thing you'll never lose is your life and shit. So think twice when you gamble on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got family, people that care about you. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that, man. I ain't gonna get to preaching too hard to y'all, but yeah, we do gotta survive out here, man. We got generations coming after us, so yep. Do something with yourself, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Little dirty ass. That's all I got for y'all today, and I'm out of here, man. Shout out Mac Buddy Gaming. Shout out to Money Brown TV. Shout out to Everything Boxing and Sports. Shout out to Below the Belt Boxing and Broadcast. Check out my boxing videos on my channel later in the day. Cooking Terrence Crawford right now. But yeah, just get with me, man. I will see y'all tomorrow. Later.